We are going through a really big shift in the world right now, and we're still stuck on what success is. Going to school, getting a fancy career, making lots of money, buying a house, wife, kids, and so forth. But what if that is not what success is for you? This is the perfect time to redefine what success looks like. I'm going to be sharing one powerful technique when people give you unsolicited advice regarding this matter. A lot of people are stuck in their way. They are still stuck in the early 2000s or the 1990s, where success was working so hard in that one job for the next 50 years and then retiring, and then that's it. But we are living longer. People are becoming more consciously aware. We have access to education more than ever, including it's on our phone. You can press a button and then the next day you'll get what you ordered. However, people are still asleep. And if you want to be consciously aware, it's time for you to decide what success is for you, because that could look totally different than maybe your parents, what your sister does. Let's discuss what is success. According to Google, success is the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. If you're going through an unconventional path, a lot of people are not going to understand until you reach the amount of success that they want you to reach. And their success definition could be you earning a certain amount of money. It could be you having a certain amount of degree, or you having a leadership position in your job. When I was getting my master's, my dad did not want me to pursue it. He was kind of against it. He was like, you already have your bachelor's, you don't need to go get a degree. I told him I really wanted to go get it, figured out my way of getting it. His viewpoint was totally different than what I was going for. It didn't align with my current values and my purpose at that time. And yeah, he did come around and he does see the value in it now, but what if he never sees that? It shouldn't stop you from pursuing what you want, because what you value as success, what your purpose is, may be totally completely different than what someone else's purpose and their values are. If we're being so reliant on what other people want for us, it's gonna stop us, it's gonna cripple us, and it's gonna prevent us from living our life. So having goal clarity, having defined what success is for us, so we know what we're going towards. If success is for you, maybe it's having family and having kids. Okay, what are you doing to work on maybe finding a man if you don't have one, or learning how to be a better parent? Things like that. Like, if that is what you're defining your success for at this point in time, write that down and figure out what are the action steps that you're taking in order to be what that is for you. Maybe it is earning a certain amount of money. Okay, figure out what that amount of money is. Figure out what career path you need to take for your field and how you're going to get there, how much time it's going to get you to get there. Or one thing that has been the reason why I'm making this video, actually, let's talk about it. Spiritual success is something that the outsiders cannot measure. It's something that we ourselves maybe not be able to measure, right? It's a relation between you and your higher power, God, right? When you talk about spiritual success, people are not going to understand it. People that don't practice spirituality of religion, they're not going to understand what spiritual success is, especially if that's something that they don't value. And so when you're having these conversations with people and you talk about spiritual success, it just goes through their head. I was in a conversation recently, and this happened to me. That other person's value was only money. And all they kept on talking about was money, getting a job, or doing this and that, and just more. And in my head, I'm like, spiritual success, what about that? And it didn't make sense to them. And so I want to share with you a powerful technique that you can do in the moment or afterwards when you have a conversation. Someone does give you unsolicited advice, or they throw their opinions at you when they're not yours. This technique is returning everything back to sender. Okay, it does not belong to you, so you're going to return it back to sender. This technique is so simple as appreciating the fact that what they were saying, maybe it was coming from a good place, but now we are returning it back to sender. It does not belong to me. All of the words, the advice, maybe whatever they were trying to give to us, thank you, but it does not belong to us, and now I'm returning it back to them. One thing that I like to say when I want to do this is I will say, that is them and this is me. That is them. That is their opinion of what they value in life, and this is me. That way it kind of separates their words from mine. And instead of me absorbing and taking on what they value and what they want from me, which again could be coming from a good place, but it's not mine to take. When you're constantly taking from here and there, sometimes you're not even living your own life. You're living the life for other people. So just remember, you need to know where you're going first. You need to know what you want to have first, because when people come and talk at you, you know right away, this is their insecurity. This is what they value. It has nothing to do with me. This is all them. And yes, it is coming from a good place. It can be coming from a good place, but now I need to kind of create this mental barrier by maybe doing this exercise. That way that I can have a peace of mind. That way I'm not influenced by what they're telling me, and I can go ahead and live my own life. There's one last thing I want to discuss, and it's an action step. So usually we are often crippled by our habit. If there is one habit that is kind of preventing you from reaching your success, I want you to become aware of that and replace it with something else. Replace it with a healthier habit. Okay, we're gonna keep it really simple today. That is, take inventory. Maybe you take out your calendar, whatever it is, take out your calendar, and maybe you go through your calendar and figure out what that is. Maybe you have, I don't know, a time blocking sheet, something like this, and you figure out where the majority of your time is going. And if there is a constant thing that is preventing you from reaching your success or your goal, you need to cut it out. And when you cut it out, you need to replace it with something positive. That could be reading a book. It could be exercise, spending some quality time, an hour a week with your family, going to school part-time. Maybe after work, instead of watching shows on TV, you take an afternoon class twice a week. I don't know what it is. That is for you to figure out. You are trying to slowly get towards success. So whatever that one habit is that is preventing you from achieving your goals, you need to cut it out and replace it with a healthier habit. So that is your goal for today. That is one action step that I want you to take. After having goal clarity, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to my previous video. I talk about the importance of goal clarity, and I will leave it in the description down below. People's idea of success are totally different, and even when you reach their idea of success, they're gonna constantly want more from you. You're going to constantly want more from you. That is human nature. Once we reach a goal, we're not satisfied and we want to work on the next. So just remember, that is human nature. It is totally okay. Have goal clarity, return back to sender, and replace your habit with a positive one. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do hit the like button and subscribe down below. If you think someone else can benefit from this video, please do share my channel with them. And until next time.